And hello and welcome to another video. On today's video I'm not working on my truck. I actually got another welder from the same company, Sefaspe, and it's a MIG-135Pro model. It's actually a flex welder with a stick welder combined and a TIG welder. Not gonna lie, they contacted me asking me if I want to try it out, and since I had my Harbor Freight welder, it's been working okay, but it's developed some issues. Like sometimes it's getting stuck, it doesn't work, and I don't know, maybe I'm not using it right or something, but it's starting to show its age. Then I also got the Sefaspe stick welder, but since this is all in one, I might just keep this one and get rid of these two. I think that might be a smart choice overall. So let's open it up, let's see what's inside. We have cables over here and more cables, and let's take out the welder itself. We also get a spool of wire, that's pretty nice. And here's the welder. We got some manuals, we got the manual, we got a few extra tips. And here's the welder itself. Very compact, very small, and very light as well. As you can see, it's 3-in-1. So on the side over here is the door. Prop it open, that's where the wire is gonna go. That's a feeder. So right here is right here we can put a stick or the TIG welder, and our polarity goes here. So we have modes over here and a dial, one dial, which is a press dial. Right here we have a small instruction how to use it, the flex, the stick, and a TIG. I don't have a hose for the TIG, nor I have a gas with me anyway. I need to look into how to start welding with the TIG, but for most part I'm using flex and a stick. Right here we have our cables. So this of course is for the stick. This is not too bad, it has a very nice clamping force on it. Now this ground cable is a little bit on the cheaper side. This is just a clamp steel, but they actually sent me an upgraded version, which feels much better, and this has a copper on both sides, and it's much bigger and a better clamping force. So I'm gonna be using this I'm gonna put on the side, but I'm pretty sure with this, even with this, it would work, because that's pretty much the same clamp I have on my Harbor Freight welder. And right here is the cable for the flex. It's a little bit on the shorter side, I would say, but I think it's, well, hopefully it's all right. So this plug actually goes in here, just like that, screw it in, and this cable you're supposed to put it in here and twist it in place. That's it. So now I'm gonna set it up and put a wire here. So in the back we have a fan over here, we have an on and off switch, we have a diagram for the voltage, but it only takes 120 volts, so keep that in mind. I feel like for the flex welding it's fine. For the stick welding sometimes you might need 240, but even with 120 it should be, in a lot of cases, for small fabrication, house DIY stuff, it should be fine. So let's load it up, and this just goes in there easy. And to lock it in place, it's pretty easy. Just it's not, you know, screw it, you just like that and it stays in place. You just twist it in place. So let me feed it in. Okay guys, so I just got a couple of scrap pieces, gonna try on some scrap metal first to see. I'm not even gonna adjust it, I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna leave it at a flex. I'm gonna lower down the amps for now. So as you can go over here, you go through different mods. You have 35, you have 40, then you go to the stick and lift stick. But I'm gonna leave it at the flex for now. And of course over here you can adjust the amperage. I'm gonna leave it at 40 for now and gonna give it a try. Alright, so I just did the first pass over here, just clean it up a little bit. I adjusted the second to 75 amps and it came out much better than originally over here. This is 75, this was at 35 I believe. So it's, yeah, and it's going out pretty nice and smooth. I like that there is a tip is covered all the way with this shield, so hopefully it's gonna help not to burn out the tips. So now I'm gonna play with it and try to weld some more stuff. Okay guys, here's a closer look. I welded this with a 65 amps. I lowered it down a little bit because I feel like it was a little bit burning through, but I'm not a professional welder or anything, but I think it's coming out pretty nice. And what I noticed, there is much less spatter flying all over the place. I don't know, maybe it's the wire that I'm using, maybe it's better or something, but the weld coming out much cleaner, I feel like. Of course there is still a little bit all over the place, but not as much as I feel like as it was before with my Harbor Freight welder. So I'm gonna keep on playing with it now. Alright guys, here's another weld. I just welded this piece over here. This piece was not clean at all. This one was a little bit cleaner, but I just wanted to see if it's gonna grab and bite, but I need to clean up. But I think the weld itself coming out rather nice. I'm gonna try to break it now, see if it's gonna break once it cools down a little bit, but it's coming out pretty nice. I like it so far. It's nice, compact, 3-in-1. So eventually I know I'm gonna look into how to use the TIG welding as well, but for now I'm very satisfied with the flex. I'm probably gonna try the stick weld as well on it. Now I'm gonna try to break this stuff that I welded, this piece and this piece. See if I'm gonna be able to break it and how much effort I'm gonna need to use to break in order to break it. Okay, doesn't look like it wants to break, guys. Okay, so it doesn't look like it wants to break. The metal itself is bending, but the weld is holding up pretty good. So now I'm gonna try the same over here. This might break, or maybe not. I need more leverage. Well guys, the weld is not breaking, but the metal itself is just bending. So I feel like that's a pretty good indication that it welds pretty good. And now just for a little bit of fun, I'm gonna try to weld it with a stick. I'm still not that good with stick welding, but I'm gonna try it anyways, and let's see what kind of bead I can lay down. So now I'm gonna change the settings from flex to stick welding. I'm gonna leave the amps at 50 amps just for now. I might adjust it more or less, and we'll see what kind of bead I can lay down now here. So there you go guys, this is my attempt to weld it with a stick. Like I said, I'm not that good at it yet, but definitely it works. I do prefer the flex welding for now because it's a little bit easier to control, and you just don't have to worry about running out of a stick. You just put a spool of wire in there and it welds pretty good. As you can see, the welds, they are not failing. The metal bends itself, but the welds are staying strong. And even though this was not even cleaned, this was not even prepared, the weld, the metal I did not clean over here, this one barely was clean, and it's holding up really good. So there you go guys, this is my first use of this Sefaspe 3-in-1 welder. It's very light, very compact, so I'm probably just gonna keep this one for now. Maybe I'm just gonna sell the other two, because now with this one I have all the three options I can use. I have my I have my flex, I have the stick, and I need to get on a game of TIG welding as well. But I'm pretty happy how this is working out. It's very easy to use it. Now another pretty cool thing about this welder, that it's pretty smart. Actually, it's pretty smart. It has built-in a lot of cool stuff that really helps with the beginner welders and just makes the welding much easier. So basically there's one dial for everything, and the way you adjust the amperage, it's automatically adjusts the wire feeding speed. That's actually very helpful for the beginners and just makes welding much easier. You don't have to look at the chart, how much amperage you need to, how much wire speed you need to. Maybe for some people they want to have flexible adjustments of each, but for the beginners and just for general use, I think it's much better. You just adjust the amperage, and the wire speed is gonna get adjusted automatically. That's pretty cool. Overall, I feel this is a very nice for the beginner, a very nice for DIY to have at the house, and a very budget-friendly option for the welder. Like I said multiple times, it's very compact, very light, and very easy to use. So that's something to consider as well. So far after using it, I'm pretty happy with it so far, and I think I'm actually gonna keep this one and do all my projects with this welder. So there you go. This was my first try of using this welder. It's very easy to set it up, very easy to adjust it. It's very compact. I'm not gonna bore you with all the specs of this welder. You can always just look it up yourself on the website. All the electronics, all the mechanics that go into it to make it work. But it's very nice, and I also like that all the cables are detachable, so I can always just unplug them. Well, for exception of this one. For this one I need to pull out or roll back the wire, but at least these cables I can remove, and this one is going to be much easier to fold it, to coil it by itself. Just gotta be careful not to bend this too much, guys. But yeah, it works pretty good. But let me know what kind of welders you guys using, what kind of settings you guys using for a stick welding. Maybe I need to adjust that. First over here I was having a little bit of tough time getting it going, but once I got it, it welded pretty good. So on this note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.